I'm in Seattle with Bendela Creme, and we're going to get on this boat to celebrate love for all. I got to see dozens of LGBTQ couples renew their vows and set a world record, and I'm going to show you what it was like in this video. This was the vow renewal extravaganza for LGBTQ couples to retie the knot. I joined them on board this boat to help celebrate their vow renewals with some Pride-themed drinks, a photo booth, a buffet dinner, and Bendela as our MC on the top deck, where we had amazing views of the city, and a proclamation by the Deputy Mayor that this day of the year would now officially be known as Love for All Day.
This is actually our 50th year of celebrating Pride in the city of Seattle.
And then Justice Mary Yu took the stage.
I'm honored to have been the first member of our community to serve on the state Supreme Court.
She also officiated the very first LGBTQ wedding in the state of Washington, and the couple that she married were actually here to renew their vows.
Sarah and Emily were the first couple to
And then it was time for them and all the other couples to repeat Mary Yu's vows to each other, which was so beautiful and touching to get to witness.
And now we can all say, I love you! I love you! Congratulations!
It's so sweet, but that was the end of the sappy part, and it was time to party with a tower of rainbow macarons and Bendela putting on a burlesque performance for us, followed by cutting of the cake, which of course was white on the outside, but rainbow on the inside, and then we all took over the dance floor to boogie it up, along with these disco ball characters, and out the windows we could see that the Seattle Great Wheel was lit up rainbow, as well as whatever this is. It was all just very rainbow and lovely. But of course, that wasn't the only thing that I did in Seattle, but I still kept it very gay and lesbian and bisexual and even transgender and queer by visiting a bunch of LGBTQ-owned small businesses. First off, I had brunch at Cafe Flora. It has a transgender owner. It's been around for over 30 years, and it's actually one of the oldest vegetarian restaurants in the United States. I had a snack at Bloom Bistro, which is a lesbian-owned bagel shop, also becoming a bit of a grocery store for the area. They have all kinds of yummy bagels to take away or eat right there in the store. I went for lunch to Fats Chicken and Waffles, which is also lesbian-owned. They have a honey butter chicken biscuit sandwich that is pretty amazing and tons of hot sauces or their own infused vinegar. And for a bit of dessert, I went to Intrigue Chocolate Company, which is gay-owned by a chocolate connoisseur, and they have a lot of different interesting flavored chocolates and cocoa mixes and yummy things. I went shopping at Sergius and Bacchus Menswear, which is also gay-owned, and they have some clothing there that is very hard to find in the US, so I bought myself a nice shirt, and then I took a pottery class at Saltstone Ceramics, which is a queer-owned ceramic studio. I got to make a couple bowls, or reasonable interpretations of bowls. They were bowlish pieces of art. I had some wine at Footprint Wine Tap, which is gay-owned and the only keg wine on tap bar and shop in the state of Washington, where they serve Pacific Northwest wines, so that's unique. And I went to the only tasting room in Seattle's neighborhood of Capitol Hill. Aloel Cellars is gay-owned and serves award-winning wines from some of the top vineyards in the state. And finally, I went for dinner at Terra Plata, which is a lesbian-owned restaurant that locally sources their ingredients from organic, sustainable farmers. It's kind of tapas-style sharing and delicious. All these LGBTQ-owned businesses and hundreds more can actually be found on the Internationalist website. I'll link it below. And if that wasn't enough, I also found LGBTQ-owned businesses at Pike Place Market. That's, of course, Seattle's famous original farmers market. And I started at Liolo Handmade Shoes and Leather Goods, which is this really cute shop that's kind of at the back of the market, and it has a bisexual owner-operator shoemaker who has a background in fine art and could spend like a week making a pair of shoes for her clients. Then in this very busy part of the market is Bite Society that has been there for just over a year. It's owned by a lesbian couple, so another woman-owned local business, and local artists designed their tins. They even have one specifically for Pride. And inside these tins is cookies, which is probably something important to mention. Over at Bonnie B's Peppers, you can get all kinds of delicious pickled peppers, and their owner is a drag queen. This is Aunt Flo, when she's looking all dolled up. Well, you might catch her as Dylan in the shop, who's equally as fabulous. And they sell hot dogs so that you don't have to wait until you get home to have their peppers if you buy a jar. At Pike Place Pigs, there are all kinds of these pigs. It's a lesbian-owned business, and this pig crafter has been here making these pigs for 18 years. So if you're looking for a piggy bank of any color, or even just a pig magnet, or a pig ornament, or big salt and pepper shakers, look no further. And finally, CMS Ceramics is where you can see a local artist doing his craft and selling his works. This gay owner spent 11 years getting a BFA and MFA in ceramics. He makes it look easy, but it's of course not. He's just a total pro. And that was my visit to Seattle. I love going there. As somebody who lives in Vancouver, BC, it takes like 3 hours to drive there or an hour to fly. Have you been to Seattle? Let me know if there's any places that you think I should check out on my next visit there in the comments down below, LGBTQ-owned or not. And of course, subscribe if you're new because I'll have many more travel videos coming up. And follow me on Instagram to see photos and reels from those trips as well. Bye!